Here we go again, back with more Pro Cycling Manager Season 2015. Today we have some more of the Africa Challenge. We're doing stage 4, maybe one of the other stages as well, probably stage 5 as well, and then we simulate through the last 2 flat stages. There's only one hill stage to go, stage 5 will also be a flat stage. All of these stages are pretty short. I think the last 3 have been around 110 kilometers, which is a really short distance compared to usual stages in Europe, where we usually reach around 150 to 180 kilometers long. But this is nice because I get through them a lot faster, the boring part of the stage, which is usually the first part of the stage. It's the last hill stage, and I really want to win this race because it is, in my opinion at least, or in my knowledge at least, one of the only African races on the calendar at all. So this is a really important race, maybe not to our sponsors, but to me. So this is the last chance for Midas to overtake Villemot in the standings. Let's get into the race and hopefully he can overtake him. Okay, last 35 kilometers, we're going to the steepest climb of the day. It's the only climb with a black percentage. It's a small one later on, but it's really short. This one is pretty much the only one, and it's not even that long either way. Let's see, we'll zoom in a bit further and put a lot of our riders up to the front here. Villemot sitting here alone, no one protecting him. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping he's timing himself out by having to cover all of my moves for my other riders here. You see MP, Van Zyl, Hardy really stretching out the peloton at the moment. Kamp in the mountain jersey here, that's why he's sitting so far up front here. Van Rensburg, Tegla. But you can see the pulse on Midas and Van Rensburg is also really high, so everybody in the peloton right now is losing energy. I'm actually surprised that no more riders have fallen off, but I think this is causing a lot of energy loss from my competitors here. And these 3 guys can probably drop back now because it seems like they have done their job for today. Heidel, Van Zyl and Lang, as usual, doing the job in the early part of the stage and then falling back later on. But we have Patarsky, Polyansky, Sagan, Juraj Sagan of course. Where is Villemot? I think a bit further back right now actually. That's unusual, I would say. So now he actually managed to create a small gap here. And now some of the other teams will have to close in on TINKOFF here. TINKOFF has 3 riders out in front here, so they'll probably set themselves up front here with Patarsky and Olsa. Okay, and now the MP has dropped back again. We'll start up the pace down here in the group once again. Villemot will have to be the one who closes the gap here, because he's the one furthest in front of all the riders here. But still 140 riders have zoomed out a bit here. Have caught up with the group in front. I think this is the point. Kudos is actually completely done. I haven't even noticed that. But Tegla can probably put in a bit of an effort as well. Now that MP seems to be too tired for today. Kudos can drop back. He's actually 16th overall. I completely forgot about that. Tegla is 48th, so it's surprising that he's so much better than Kudos today. Villemot sitting here on the wheel of mine just right now. Question is, should I attack on one of these small bumps before the finish line? I feel like that's the only way I'm going to win. I don't think I will be able to create a gap on 18 seconds on the Villemot. I need to attack and some of these small little bumps. I just have to be careful on the map here and pay attention to when we're going to hit those small humps on the road. 85. Mine's is not that strong, but I don't think many riders at all in this peloton are that strong right now. Look at how, I mean, this is actually a part of the peloton, not these 4 riders, but these riders down here. And realistically, they're not going to make it up again. They are all really tired in this peloton right now, I'll imagine. Mine just sitting back behind Van Rensburg. Pulse is really high right now. Tegla is done for now, I think. And the pace has slowed down a bit here. You can see Midas' pulse is on 140 right now, which means most of the riders' pulse is probably on the 140 as well. I think we're closing in about 3-4 kilometers to the moment where I need to attack on that small little hill that comes here. It's not. It's only like 6, 7, 8%, I think, and it's only 300, 400 meters maybe in length. And you know, 300, 400 meters in this game isn't a lot at all. So it's going to be really difficult to get away. But if anyone can do it, it has to be Mantis here. This is the downhill part now. And here comes the attack. I attacked on the downhill already. Rosa tries to join me here. No attacks in from Villamor yet. Pataski, everyone seems to be joining me. You can see we're already over the hill here. There comes Villamor. Pataski is on my wheel. Villamor comes up as well. He's stuck behind Pataski. He'll probably try and close the gap himself here. I think he's too strong to actually drop today. That's annoying. 99, it's not enough even. I don't even think I'm going to win this stage. No, I'm not even going to win the stage. Villamor is actually going to win the stage as well, taking the bonus seconds on top of all that I've given. He is tired now, but he has enough energy to create a sprint here. Will there be a gap? Villamor takes it. Everybody actually comes in the same group here. Franzenburg, all of my riders are really tired. Not a third place finish behind Villamor of all people. That's the only guy I needed to beat and create a gap to, and it instead just didn't happen. He was too strong, beat me in the end. Let's take out the new standings. Okay, so standings pretty much changed in the way that I dropped the bonus seconds that I lost, of course, to Mantis, not to Villamor. So now I'm 36 seconds behind. I'll be looking a bit here at the profiles of the flat stages. There's not really, apart from this one, there's a small hill here in the end. I could try stage 7 and then simulate through stage 5 and 6. Try out stage 7 and hopefully we can do the same that we did on the last flat stage, where we actually ended up gaining time and winning the stage with Mantis of all people. So I think we'll try that. It doesn't seem like the hills are too spectacular, but it might just work, so let's try it out. Simulate through the first 2 stages and I'll come back and start stage 7. Okay, after simulating through the 2 stages, we're now here at stage 7. Clown doesn't look that spectacular, but we'll try anyway, and it might just work. Set a tough pace on the flat, and hopefully Villamor will die out from that. Maybe just not care because he doesn't think this is a stage when anything is going to happen. Meanwhile, stage 5 and 6, Impy got a 10th place and a 13th place finish in the 2 sprints. I think Theo Boss from Dimension Data ended up winning both of them. But let's just get into this race and check out the final kilometers. Okay, last 30 kilometers. And I've set all man forward here. Kudos, Van Zyl now. We only left Van Rensburg and Impy back to help for Mantis. I would have actually liked to save Impy as a backup option if my attack didn't work out with Mantis here. But I feel like I probably have to use him soon. The question is, I probably should use Van Rensburg first. So yeah, I'm going to use Van Rensburg here. We'll put Impy over on Mantis just to save Mantis a bit longer here today. Vidar was Villamor's helper throughout this race so far, and he's now so tired after the last climb that he might not be able to make it back up to protect Villamor again until the next climb here. There's only 3 passages up the climb left. It actually is pretty steep. Just go about 10% here, you can see it right here. Come on in the bottom right corner here. 9, 8, 10%. It just crosses the 10-point mark. No more. Exactly 10. Nothing more, nothing less than 10. So now Van Rensburg is using his energy here. The person is stretched out a lot here. It's Villamor, Q-leg of all people, actually sitting pretty good right here. If Van Rensburg can just make it to the last climb, then I'm going to use Impy on the flat bit between climb, second to last climb, and maybe use him up the next climb. Actually, that could be a strategy. Should I use him up the next climb already? Or is that too early? Anyway, I want to move Mantis further forward here. It seems like Impy is done now. Van Rensburg is done, so he can probably stop. So can Van Zyl and Kudos could have Van Silk the reason he says because he protected Impy in the first part of the race. That's why I used. Whereas he took Lamino instead. And of course, Hardy and Lang have dropped off a long time ago, so they're no threat anymore. Only right out in front right now is Cataneo. Okay, Mintis is here. Villemot sitting further back right now. I could have attacked here and gone solo because there's no real 82-hour riders up in front anymore. But right now it's Impy just moving up in front here. Mintis struggling actually a bit to sit on this wheel here. I could drop Mintis back. Where's my mouse? There it is. I could drop Mintis back a bit here until the next climb, just to avoid him losing energy by just doing this, because that would be a waste, pretty much. Impy really stretching out the Peloton right now. Villemot sitting closely on my wheel right now. Okay, now Impy is giving his all at the moment. Great lead out here. We're coming up to the climb. Hopefully I'm not boxed in here. I'm going to stop with Impy here. Put him down to 50. Hold position. Mintis. Attack on the right here. Pace is still pretty high in the Peloton. They are on my wheel. They are on my wheel here. But there's 7 kilometers to go still. What should I go at? I don't have that much bar there. 20 seconds only to Villemot. And I think he'll probably take the lead in the Peloton. Actually, CCC of all teams take the lead. Why can't they just let me go and take this stage and this overall stage win? 24 seconds, there's only a 36-man Peloton. Ponzi is actually a pretty good sprinter right here. Gulhammer on his wheel, not a Danish rider. Kiulek, Gauthier. Here comes the 82 train. They want to reel me in again. They don't want to let me win it on the final stage. I don't understand that. What's wrong with me winning here? Coming around the final bend here, I'm actually going to lap one of my teammates. I can't move back again. That's a bit of a mistake by me. He's coming. Villemot has actually gone away on the train of Cyril Gauthier. This is so reminiscent of the first flat stage, but this time I don't think I'll get a gap. He's actually going to win the stage again. I have won the stage of Villemot. I can't beat this guy. 400, 300, 200, 100 meters, and oh, this is going to be close. What do you think? Am I going to win this one? Or can I zoom in at all? There we go. And I lose it at the line, I think. Yep. So typical. So typical. Okay. Yeah, and that's the overall standing as well. First place for Villemot, second place for Mintis. The Olympia actually took 10th place just by me putting him on the dot on 99. He managed to overtake a lot of riders and ended up in 10th place. He probably could have won the stage if I'd used Mintis and then saved Villemot instead, the other way around. But if I'd gotten a bigger gap on the final hill, I think I could have won this one. It's just, the pace was maybe too high. Maybe I was too high with Impy actually. Maybe I went too fast, but I wanted to tire out. I think I made a mistake by going too fast with Impy at the end. But nothing to change about that now. That's the end of the Tropical Amisa Bongo Tour. Second place, not the best result. But let's take out the final standings. And these are the final standings after all 7 stages of this stage race. La Tropical Amisa Bongo has finished. We ended up in, of course, second place on the stage and second place overall, 40 seconds after Villemot. The Olympi took 10th on the stage. I think Van Rensburg ended up in 16th overall. Yeah, pretty close between a lot of these riders. Not the biggest time gaps, but stage 1 was that a hill stage? Yeah. If it had been a mountain stage in this race, I think I would have won it because that's where I had the edge. He was better on the hills than me. I had the advantage in the mountains, so yeah, it was his terrain and I still managed to end up second place, so I'm actually happy about the end result. Next up is the first sponsor goal of the season. It's the Dubai Tour. According to our sponsors, we need to get a stage win. Looking at the profile of team time trial, flat states, and flat states. So we'll need to bring our best sprinter, which is probably, I can't actually remember who's the best sprinter is. Is it Daryl Impey? It is Daryl Impey who's the best sprinter. Van Rensburg is actually here as well. Of course, the other one, Reinhard van Rensburg. And yeah, time trial rise. Africans aren't really recognized for like great time trial ability, but we'll probably pick the best time trial team possible, because time trial teams usually have a great time trial riders, usually have decent sprint and flatters as well, and that's probably what we're going to need in this tour. But that's for next video. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.